Everybody's listening to each other. I don't disagree though that delirium is dangerous. It's that we, given time, I can learn more about it. It has been my life's work studying this crystal. This thing, it radiates a certain energy that has so much potential. And these Illyrians, they just destroy it as if it's some kind of evil. Evil within evil is evil. We saw this with the Countess, but your crossbow, your axes, Rudy, the items that power us to defeat the evil, some of them created with Illyrium. I know. What if we forget the Academy? We use them as a tool. We, together, can harness them.
To an extent.
Don't put mittens on me. The right tools at the time, I can do what the Academy does. They have their ways. But we can forge our
Use
own.
your eyes, dude.
If you take the throne, together we can fight back. Side by side.
I will have you at my
Det er som regel de som kjører oppover som har forsett av en nisse.
know that there's power in allies and friendship.
Sorry,
Learning from those.
people don't seem to know these simple things.
So, don't think that you can handle everything yourself.
The Academy has let us down in the past, myself included. They know much, but they don't know all. I have seen things.
Driving in Oslo is such a joy.
Never argue with the wisdom of those who know more than you. I'm sure that you've learned much on this journey. You've experienced firsthand delirium, which means you should be more aware of the evil it's capable
Well,
of.
Thursday, tomorrow, and Friday. Only 2 days away.
What did you see?
Weekend.
Evil door. Door was open.
And we've closed it.
There are things. Bruce has begun his true teachings. There are things that he has bestowed upon me that allow me to elevate to new heights. There is no compromise with these Illyrians. They intend not to destroy Delirium. Don't for a second think that they wash the city of evil and leave. They are here to claim the rocks, the stone, your throne, your family, Ruby. They seek, as they always have, to destroy, and we can fight them.
I agree. I agree that the Illyrians, they're not going to stop at just getting rid of what they think is evil. Wrath, you said to yourself, you're going to new heights. And I think both you and the Academy need to remember perspective. That's much more important than discovering what Delirium can do. Remember the people that got you, right? People like my family. People like the people we're helping as we're going around, making sure they don't get taken by Delirium. That is the most important thing. There's no people. Wow.
I have an important lesson that I say this with kindness, but rule number 38, be confident and humble at the same time. We see a new confidence flaring, and with it comes a dangerous pride. I don't want you to get ahead of yourself. We're going to hurt you.
it is front and center. We must free Rickard of this.
That's first of all.
We owe him the promise. He helped us take back the castle, claim the delirium from the Countess. No matter what we've done, great work and time to celebrate.
Agreed.
Do you want to talk to your camel? Yes. Rudy, is there anything that you would like to do?
I'm gonna work on finding my familiar.
Okay. The full moon is still a couple months away. By a couple of months, whatever you got it. So you can spend some time trying to contact other planes. You're gonna have to make me an intelligence saving throw. You're so smart.
Guessing we're long distance.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, you all will be able to. So, a bit of time passes through the rest of the day. Obviously, through the rest of the day, the Hooded Lanterns and the Steel Fangs, they go back into town, and a couple of locals get drawn up to help out. The mayor sends some people up to help clear out the castle. News sort of spreads that something went down, but it's not clear. You know, they try to keep it hush hush. And so your chambers are prepared, and Wilhelm, you're able to take over the top suite as well.
Sweet.
Sick.
And I imagine that we do hold a big funeral that evening.
Yeah.
A ceremony for the dead. Cool. Feels weird. They show me to the suite, and I'm like, this is my dad's room.
Yep.
And I actually think that for that first night, I end up leaving in the middle of the night and go stay in my old room.
Okay.
Which I am.
Ska se om
I sleep on the floor.
You're the top suite. Basically, the one of the top levels of the keep is a sitting room, private bath, and then what was the bed chamber. But then one of the towers also has your father's private study in it as well. And even just that quick looking around at this place, what immediately strikes you is Countess really used to much. Certainly not this. She was a vampire.
Well, I try sleeping there. I enjoy the room, and I have to just get used to it, but I end up, Rudy wakes up in the middle of the night, and I'm like perched on the foot of her bed, and I'm just like, it's going to take me some time to get used to sleeping in this castle.
Searching around, the West Tower actually has a mage's study in it that has
Karen.
arcane spell components and a few old spell books. Looks like it was in active use, and that someone very hurriedly took what belongings they could.
More? You haven't seen the
But
left.
Elias Drexel brings you to the chamber and says, "We discovered this mage's chamber. I assume that you're the best one to look through it."
Yes, I am the most qualified. And I close the door, and I get really giddy, and I start rifling through all the stuff and like throwing things.
Aye.
And
Sleepover.
Would you like to cast contact out of plane?
You know,
This is your chance.
I think I think I may withhold my commune with Bruce. There is much to discuss, and as I ponder in is there like that large chair that I can sit in
Yeah.
by the fireplace, and it's like abnormally tall, abnormally tall backing, and I sit and I ponder on the next events, and I think this next activity, encounter, goal. Trying.
We're not in the room with you.
I'm just trying to think of the
talking
word.
to yourself.
yeah, I'm just saying this out loud. After this next thing, I will have more clarity as to what to do next, and then I will
Quest.
mission. Quest. I'm
Thing.
hearing things again. I will then seek Bruce's support.
And Rudy, how do you feel about recent events as you wind down?
Rudy's just kind of. I'm walking around the hallways, looking at paintings, really thinking about what my role is in what's next to come, and just silently thinking about to the spirits what, how I can help Rickard on his next journey, as well as Wilhelm, and where my role is in terms of a friend and where I can help him potentially in his kingship. But then I also go to him and say, his dad studies untouched, right? Your dad is in his study that you might be able to find. I mean, I'm sure maybe, I figure important people have those books that have the insides taken out. They can hide stuff in them.
I will check the study for hidden trinkets inside of books. Thank you.
Your dad left you a note or something?
I mean, he left me the book that has a note inside. Would you like me to read it to you?
I've heard of it.
Oh,
I'm really alright.
Okay.
I'm also gonna make my way to the kitchen and
I hope the kitchen's cleaned up.
It's not, but
I help clean it up.
okay. You can all take a long rest and pass the night. The next day, you're coming upon the full moon, and Rickard Steelfang is impatiently up in the Great Hall the next morning, somewhat concerned about this. After having been, he looks very haggard and tired. Explains, sorry if I don't look too well. Had a late night last night, if you know what I mean. It's getting close to the full moon, so be careful.
Oh, do you transform before the full moon as well?
The moon's on its way up. Sometimes you never know if you're gonna get hit by a mineral.
But would you say it can get a little hairy?
Yeah, I would.
I know in my family we get very remorseful. It's just
But it's gonna be tonight. Hold up your end of the bargain.
we have everything we need. I think we have somewhat of a strategy worked out, or we might not be getting our own heads torn off.
All right.
We're gonna throw a lot of bombs at you.
Ow. So where do you guys want to do this?
Probably, I would think, out by the lodge, where it's in the woods, not near the town,
Away from people.
away from
The
people.
most
yes.
far away we can get as possible.
I think the lodge is a great site because, like, the castle is secure, but the castle also is next to the town.
Oh, people.
Although the castle we could bar.
Doesn't need to be. If you're inside, does the moonlight still affect you?
I mean,
Yeah.
I did shatter that window. There's all these.
Necessarily.
I mean, it let some sunlight in. It was epic.
Could we?
I mean, I can jump that high. I mean, even these walls, I can jump over them.
What about in the crypt? Trap him down there.
There's already a pit down there where the blanket for the drink is covered. Let's start there.
If we throw him into the pit, I mean, he'll just climb out.
But it might take
I mean, we might get a round or two.
I'm also going to retrieve the immovable rod.
Yeah.
It stopped the. I assume the sarcophagi stopped the moving, and we could use it to somehow pin him, even for a moment.
That might be good. We could put him in a sarcophagi with the
Well, I need to access.
right his head.
Yeah.
He needs.
But if we put it on him, press the button.
What if we made some kind of what's the thing called, like a pillar, or like you put your head and your arms in it?
Oh, a pillory.
A pillory. We make a pillory and then use the immovable rod to sort of like hold it in place,
I mean,
make it out of stone or something.
I think you might smash out of it,
Probably.
but that still might give us some time.
This is brainstorming.
There's no bad ideas in brainstorming.
No bad ideas in brainstorming.
Do you have a pillory?
Let me check my
Can
code.
you
I mean, there are not good ideas in brainstorming, but I guess there are.
can you conjure one?
All right.
A pillory, a stone pillory. You have that spell, stone shape, shaping stone into pillories. You could make mud into a pillory, right? You can do that. Magic.
We could make a door and leave this stupid conversation.
Can you?
Yes, but I do not wish to waste it. The
The door?
what
I love our chats.
if we could hold them down for even just a moment? This
We could pin him
This
up against
moon-
the wall with
the moonbeam, this magic that you cast, Rudy, through your axe. Could it have the same effect on the Luger?
I mean,
But if he transforms back, is that okay?
exactly. If he transforms back, it might not work, and it may just
We might
Whatever.
just kill Rickard.
no. We may just not be able to go through with everything, and we might have to try next month. We might
Ugh.
die. Well, if they will.
I don't have that kind of time. I don't have a month.
I mean, we best get it done tomorrow night then.
Reading through the Mage's Tower, trying to research Magic Circle. Does it can I try to determine if Rickard is a celestial or an elemental or a fae or fiend or an undead?
As a Lugaru, he's considered a monstrosity.
It would have no effect.
That's unfortunate.
Like me trying to charm your father.
Also unfortunate.
What's your idea?
My idea. The full moon comes out. He transforms into a werewolf. We throw things at him and run in circles. Then Rudy chops his head off. I have a cross. Where's my crossbow? I go and fetch my broken crossbow. Is it broken or is it?
It's salvageable back into a crossbow, but it will never. The parts to make it a ballista have been destroyed.
At the funeral last night, we also mourned the loss of my ballista.
Well, when we see River again, we'll ask her if they can fix it.
This is the sound.
Don't worry, we're destroying all the delirium, so we don't have to worry about people making ballistas anymore.
We don't? I.
Catch on. Look. You know what? Fine. We pin him with an immovable rod. We throw rocks at him.
Alright. Raph, Rudy, I have an idea. Every time that we try to make a plan, we sit around and we come up with a really elaborate scheme. And we're always 100% sure it's going to work. And then about 30 seconds into the plan, the whole thing falls apart.
True,
and we end
true.
up just
It's
winging
really
it.
common for us.
I mean, so far we haven't come up with a plan where I feel 100% where it's going to work. And remember, I'm the one that has to chop his head off and get near him with the axe, so
Yes. So, you need to chop his head off.
I
we need
do.
a full moon.
we do.
We go to the lodge, we set up an arena that benefits us, something that gives us an advantage, places to hide, jump, land, like a fighting pit. And we get some of the hooded lanterns, we don't want any of the steel fangs nearby. So perhaps the hooded lanterns can offer aid if it comes to it.
There's only like 8 of them.
That's more than 0. If we need help.
Remember, we need somewhere where Charlie can be nearby as well.
So if we set up the arena in a sense and keep Charlie and the druid out of view, away, until they're needed, but then we need to draw its attention to us, not to anybody else.
Yeah, Haddock needs to make a potion for Ricker to drink, and then Charlemagne has to be nearby.
So
Charlemagne has to be close enough to get up to Rickard at the moment he's slain to cure him.
So no matter what our plan is, the actual plan is we need to engage with Rickard because we need to not let him kill the unicorn. Is it engaging with Rickard?
Remember the countess's room? Well, there was only a small way to get out, and the misty way up and down to the grate. Well, when he transforms, is that hallway small enough to maybe prevent him from a few rounds getting out of there?
I mean, that hallway is even small enough that it would be hard for Charlemagne to get down, but not impossible. It's just a very confined space down
I think the only question is where. If we want to do it in the basement, then let's do it in the basement.
there. Yeah.
I say the basement's best because we got a couple options there. We got the pit, we got that small room where even if he starts there, it takes him a bit to try to get out. That might be an option.
Then
I can shrink Charlemagne.
Yes, enlarge reduce. You can make.
we could have a tiny unicorn. Tiny horse.
And then we hit Charlemagne in, and yeah, that could work.
Okay, so that's what you guys have to decide. Because the night's the night. So where are you going
In the basement, in the crypt.
With the
Okay.
candlestick.
We maybe we can start to, for what it's worth, we start to restrain him in the Countess's room. And we can lure him into the main crypt. We can at least get some
Well,
attacks in.
Before nightfall, why don't we... I know he's going to break out of them, but why don't we tie him up,
Yep.
bring him to the basement before the full moon hits,
Yep.
get him into an ideal
I mean,
position.
the Countess's coffin chamber, there's one way in and one way out unless you can assume a misty form.
Yep. That's
I
what you're
can't
saying.
assume a misty form. Just in case I need to get out of there.
And leave us down there. Great. So we put him in there, we block the exit, and we hit him with everything we have. I think if it's the 3 of us versus him, and we just don't stop hitting him.
Well, I'm soon at the school now, so I will have to work. But I will see you guys later when I'm driving home. Well, yeah, catch you later.